Hey, how y'all doing, man? It's your brother Bolo V&R. We in the building, man, with another one. You feel me? The video that I'm about to react to is a alleged, police officer in England, in some type of, in area like that, and he's expressing, his disdain at the government and how they handled the pandemic. And I think it's something to document and to note, because more and more of these videos are coming out of people of different, I would say, backgrounds. Some people that are in, the health area, nurses, doctors, firemen, police officers. Those people that were most closest to it, people that their families were affected negatively. Those people are coming out. You see testimonies at hearings that is going viral, all over the place. So it seems as if allegedly, it seems as if, and I'm gonna put that goddamn sign up here too. Let me find it. Let me find my alleged sign, goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta drop it up at the top right there. Yep. Let me put it right here. Allegedly, he's in this area of work, and he's gonna tell his story, and I want to hear his story in full, and then we're gonna react to it. All right, fair use. This is for educational purposes, of course. This is not made with malice to bash anything, any entity, any company, or anyone. We are just reporting on these documented situations. We're not co-signing anything or anything of that nature. Let's get it. All right. Let's go.
Jeremy, I'm on the verge of tears with anger. I'm not usually an angry man, but, Matt Hancock...
So his name is Jeremy Vine, Graham Taylor, author. All right. Okay.
If you're watching this, you are responsible for putting the nation into fear. I did everything you asked for. I took your jabs. I stayed in at home. I didn't go to the pub. I stopped my family life. The kids didn't go to school. Their education suffered. And you've done this. It's a psychological operation against the people of this country. Jeremy, I'm just appalled. I've always supported the government. As a police officer, I was always told to obey orders, and I did. I've done everything in life to do what the government wanted. And now I don't trust them. And the conspiracy theories of 2020 are all turning out to be true. And for Matt Hancock to say something like it would block funding for children, it's just immoral, and the man should be put before the bar in Parliament, and if not prosecuted, because this is horrendous. It goes deeper and deeper, and what will more revelations show as time and history turns on? What happened in that time? I lost 2 years of my life, and I am very, very angry, Jeremy.
So had he not done his psychological operation, as you describe it, you might not have gone into the deep lockdown you went into. Is that right?
We wouldn't. We sat in fear when Boris Johnson came on the television, and in his Churchillian speech, said what we all had to do to save the NHS. And the NHS have been good for me. They've saved my life on more than one occasion. And we thought it's our duty to do this. Yet COVID was nothing more than a respiratory infection. More people were dying of the flu. We weren't told this. We were told that this was a killer disease and many hundreds of people were going to die. And we were shown the figures every day of deaths. And yet a lot of the COVID deaths are now being told that they were from other things, and COVID was maybe just a contributing factor. We were told Matt Hancock would put a protective ring around old people's homes. And he didn't. He just let them die. And we went along with it all. We were conned. We clapped for the NHS. And really what's coming out now, that this was just a political game. It was an exercise in population control. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Well, I'm starting to believe a lot of what they are saying is true, and I'm a very angry man.
Thank you very much, Graham.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
All right, so Miss Collins, this is not USA. This is England. All right, what he's speaking about is England. All right, you notice the name of the prime minister that he mentioned? This was in England, not in the United States. All right. All right, so NHS England. Let me see. NHS England. All right, let me see what it is. We lead in NHS in England. What does it mean? Dental recovery, new plans, NHS. Is it like a national health services? Okay, I guess that's what it is. The National Health Services, right, in England. So that's what he's actually speaking about. In England, the National Health Services. So this is his experience. He is I think he was a police officer, allegedly. Like, let's listen. Let us go down into it, all right?
Jeremy, I'm on the verge of tears with anger. I'm not usually an angry man, but, Matt Hancock, if you're watching this, you are responsible for putting the nation into fear. I did everything you asked for. I took your jabs. I stayed in at home. I didn't go to the pub. I stopped my family life. The kids didn't go to school. Their education suffered. And you've done this. It's a psychological operation against the people of this country. Jeremy, I'm just...
So he's saying he took the jab, he isolated himself. It affected his, excuse me, by the way, I'm sorry. It affected his family life and all of these things, and let's continue.
Appalled. I've always supported the government. As a police officer, I was always told to obey orders, and I did. I've done it.
So he was a police officer, allegedly, according to him. All right. So this is an official, ladies and gentlemen. Allegedly. I think that carries a little bit more weight, and it's took him till now, whenever this video was made, for him to come out and speak out against the government and I believe the ruling prime minister at the time during the pandemic. So let's hear what the brother has to say.
Everything in life to do what the government wanted, and now I don't trust them. And the conspiracy theories of 2020 are all turning out to be true.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Now, is it possible... Hey, hush. Is it possible that this is a skit? Is it possible that this is not legit, what he's saying? It is quite possible. It's also possible it's real. So I'm going to hypothetically go into the hypothetical that what he's saying is real. And that's his experience. I find that mighty interesting. Given it seems now he's an author, he was a police officer. That's interesting. He's now speaking out against the government, essentially. The NHS, it seems the name of the NHS or the meaning of it is National Health Services in England. And he is now swayed to believe in the conspiracy theorists that everything that they said in 2020 was true. My goodness. My goodness. My goodness. Very interesting.
And for Matt Hancock to say something like he will block funding for children, it's just immoral, and the man should be put before the bar.
So whoever he's talking about is blocking funding for children in the NHS. Is that what I'm hearing? Why would they do that, allegedly?
In Parliament, and if not prosecuted, because this is horrendous. It
He's calling for the prosecution of them and barred. Wow.
goes deeper and deeper, and what will more revelations show as time and history, turns on? What happened in that time? I lost 2 years of my life, and I am very, very angry, Jeremy.
So had he not done his psychological operation, as you describe it, you might not have gone into the deep lockdown you went into. Is that right?
We wouldn't. We sat in fear when Boris Johnson came on the television.
Boris Johnson. All right. Let us go look up Boris Johnson. All right. Boris Johnson. News. Samaritan Funeral Home cremation. Where is this? Who is Boris Johnson? It says, we're sorry, we can't even find the page you're looking for. Why is that? Sean Boyce Johnson. Boris Johnson in England. Boris Johnson in England. Dr. Boyce breakdown. Okay. Dr. Boyce? Nah, that seems like the black dude. I really hope I could have gotten the name correctly. Let me look in this comment section right here. Somebody said, I didn't stay indoor. I didn't wear a mask. I didn't social distance. I didn't have any of that poison voluntarily injected in my body. Why? Because from the very start, my intuition was telling me something extremely sinister is going on. You have intuition for a reason. And when it comes calling, you'd better listen. Whew. Correction, you were conned. Many of us saw this from the start and were vilified for it. Facts. I like a man who admits he was wrong and that he was conned. Damn. Jeremy Vine supported all these measures and said some pretty psychotic stuff about what he called anti-vaxxers. Jeremy Vine. Let me look up Jeremy Vine so we can get context of where this is actually coming from. Jeremy Vine. Is that how his name is spelled? Am I spelling it right? Yeah, Jeremy Vine. Okay. Oh, this is the actual person. So, just for full context, ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Vine he got a show. It's called the Jeremy Vine Channel 5 show. He's the one that is interviewing the man. Oh, my bad. He's the one that is interviewing this man right here in this video. So this comment says, Jeremy Vine supported all these measures and said something pretty psychotic. Said some pretty psychotic stuff about what people he called anti-vaxxers. Now, if Jeremy Vine had a show and he was an advocate for everything that they were doing in the lockdown, and now he has come to the realization that he was wrong.
Something alright, my wisdom.
all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Who am I? This is a journalist. This is somebody that got a whole show out here. I'm talking about, you can see it right here. This is it. Alright? This is it. This is the guy.
Was Boris Johnson the worst ever Prime Minister? Because Farrar says he was.
Probably, yeah.
Boris Johnson. I knew it was England. Boris Johnson was the Prime Minister of England at the time in the pandemic. Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of England. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. This man you're looking at right here was the Prime Minister of England during the pandemic. He is the one they're referencing, the United Kingdom. He is the one they're referencing. Sorry, my bad. He still is. He's the one they're referencing, and thank you for the correction, Miss Genesis 1. He's the one they're referencing. So you see where it is, Miss Collins. This is England, not America. So what the gentleman is speaking of is his experience in England. And I think it's mighty interesting. And I just wanted to, bring this to y'all attention.
And in his Churchillian speech, said what we all have to do to save the NHS. And the NHS have been good for me. They've saved my life on more than one occasion. And we thought it's our duty to do this. Yet COVID was nothing more than a respiratory infection. More people were dying of the flu. We weren't told this. We were told that this was a killer disease and many hundreds of people were going to die. And we were shown the figures every day of death.
So basically what he's saying is, allegedly, there was a over-exaggeration of the, I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? How powerful the virus was, allegedly. There was an over-exaggeration of how deadly, that's the word I'm looking for. Allegedly, there was an over-exaggeration of how deadly the virus was. And he's also accusing them of skewing the numbers. It's interesting that he says that, because I was at the barbershop the other day and a police officer, this was off the record, but he said there's instances where some officers do skew the reports. Say, for instance, an example, there's a traffic situation and you're supposed to stop a certain amount of vehicles. The police, if not supervised, is not trying to stop 100 vehicles. They're going to put in their report, allegedly, that they stopped 100 vehicles. But they maybe stopped 5. Maybe. This is what the police officer told me. I don't know if it's true or not. This is all alleged. So I'm saying, in these spaces, we're dealing with human beings. I don't think it's unreasonable to think that it's a possibility, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it's unreasonable. Like I said, my mindset is way different than it was before the pandemic. The pandemic has taught me a lot, and I'm going to always open my mind to the possibilities that I'm just going to leave this in the vault, and I'm going to remember it. That's why I'm documenting it, and then something else is going to come up, and I'm going to go, oh, but they said that, so here comes the evidence in its fullity. That always cracks me up, in its fullity, ladies and gentlemen. That's crazy, right? In its fullity. Oh my God. Anyway, in its fullity, and then we're gonna, all the pieces of the puzzle are gonna come together eventually. So people that have their reservations as to, I don't believe that. That's probably not true. It's probably going to take you a little bit more time to be convinced because you need more evidence, which is fine. that's why this is a beautiful thing and a beautiful space. Let me know what you think in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not here to bring malice or any bias to the situation. I just want to bring discussion and awareness. And you guys can do your own research and see whether or not any of this holds any validity for you. If not, you could throw it away. If so, I'm not telling y'all what to think. I just really want to know what y'all think in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. And that's another one. Like, share, subscribe. And of course, look at all the links in my channel description. You could donate. You could follow my WhatsApp community group so you could get all notifications when we go live or drop premieres and upload these premiere videos that I'm recording. And yeah, man, subscribe to all of my channels. Follow me on Instagram. You can reach out to me there directly. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. And y'all be smooth.